Okay, hey guys, how's it going, Art One? So we're gonna do our Keith hearing like we saw at our online trip uh, at the Road Museum. Sorry, I just ate an hour ago and I'm getting the hiccups now. And I'm doing this on Sunday, and the reason is, well, I have to do this because I won't have time during the week. Plus, it's back to school night. Uh, so this is what I want to do. I told you guys to go through, whatever you get, all that junk mail. Try to save some of the junk mail or some old magazines you're going to throw away. That's our first supply. We're going to need a pencil first. I have a couple of pencils just to be on the safe side, an eraser, and if whatever three colors that you can find around the house, make sure they're warm versus cold. So you can do two warms and a cold, or you can do two colds and a warm. So the cold colors are blue, purple, and green. I just noticed uh my camera colors changed. That's kind of odd. It's also probably the heat and electricity in the house. So again, cold colors: blue, green, and purple. Warm colors are um, yellow. Yellow's warm. Red. Think of fire. So we said red, yellow. What do you think is your third? Orange, believe it or not. So orange. So we have three warm colors: yellow, red, and orange. So we can make, if you don't have orange, you can make orange out of mixing. So you can use either colored pencils, crayons, highlighters, anything you have around. So you will need something like a black crayon. So whatever you have around the house you can use, go for it. I went Easter egg hunting, and I try to put myself in the same situations. So I'm going to use my dad's. This is older than all of you kids put together, and some of the teachers at Highland. It's probably older than I am. It used to be my dad's. I never wanted to use it, but I probably will use. I don't know. I shouldn't be using this. So I'm going to go hunting again. So I'm going to use. And also make sure it's kind of if it's kind of fading away, that's going to be perfect for Keith Haring. So I'm going through here. So I have yellow. Okay, that's warm. Pink is kind of warm. Oh look, I found an orange colored pencil. Oh, that could work. And blue. So let's just. Oh wait, you know what? I got orange, blue. I'm not crazy about pink. I might use the yellow because we're going to do our own Keith Haring. So there we go. I got two, warm and cold. I do need a black. Where's my black crayon? Oh Jesus! Almost hit my head. Now I know what you guys are going. Make sure you also have a good eraser. And my mom went through my stuff again. I keep telling her not to. Like you have little brothers and little sisters. Well, if you imagine having your parents, you're like you become the parent, and you have to take care of them and feed them. That's what's happening to me, guys. So, anyways, uh, what I'm gonna do is go through this old teacher magazine I have. I was ready to throw it away. I'm gonna flip it around. So we're gonna cut some of these pictures out. I would say probably 3 good pictures to trace, and you're gonna need some tape. So I'm gonna cut this out. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and we're gonna trace these, just like you saw on the video from the Broad Museum. And I would say you don't have to give it to them. If you send it to them if you want. So I picked this picture, the one with the hand on the cell phone. Here you guys go. So I'm using this one. I don't know. I just had something contemporary. I was also thinking of my niece, my 8-year-old little niece. She's going through a hard time through, just like you guys, and so am I, online teaching, and she's afraid of COVID-19 as I am. She's basically eats up. And I saw a picture of a little girl doing her homework online, and I thought, here, I kind of like this, so I'm going to borrow this picture too. I think I'll be able to trace this, and I'm going to put this in. She's going through a hard time, and this little girl reminded me of my niece, not liking being at home. She misses her friends, but she's having a hard time, and she basically texts me and calls me all the time, every when she gets a chance. I do like these shapes. I like the seahorse, but see this? There's a seahorse here. You know what? It is summer. I miss the beach. I think I'm going to borrow that one. What is this? I was going to steal the carriage, but I don't know why I like the seahorse. I think I'm going to use, or there's the fish. and it's shaped kind of weird. So I just might, you know, this. I think with three, we're done with these three. I think we're good. I'm gonna steal this. So you guys go hunting for anything you want to trace, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna trace them. We're gonna use tape. So here we go. I got 3 images. So I have this little seahorse, which is really tiny. See that? I got the picture of this girl who's this young. If you got little brothers and little sisters, you know what they're going through, just like you guys. And I'm going to use the hand with the cell phone. And I might just do something contemporary. So I probably will use this. And I'm going to actually, later on, and 1 sheet of paper. Okay, so I'm already have my scissors. Let me take these out. And I do have kindergarten scissors. I've had these for a long time. And we need tape. So we have tape right now. We do have our portfolio. So when we're done, what I want to do is, when I'm done with my Keith Haring one, I'm going to save it here. I'm going to tape it to this later on like this. I'm going to do the horror, which I'm going to, but then I'm going to write a criticism. I'm going to describe what I did, just like, you know, our questionnaire. And these will be my notes. And the reason I'm doing this, it's not a major art project, but I'm going to talk about the art elements of lines with this. So I'm going to show you guys how to do a critique. Never write behind your drawings like I did over here. Okay, and the toilet paper is still protecting it. And the reason is, this is your notes, your drawing notes. I'm teaching. So, and I'm sorry, school schedule. I put it behind you guys. So I'm going to grab some of these tapes, and I'm going to flip this around, and I'm going to show you how to use a light box. And just like in the video, and I used to do this all the time. I'm going to move my curtains. I'm going to move it a little bit closer to the Admiral. That's the Admiral Columbus. He was given a knighthood and all that stuff. He got the title of Admiral. His descendants actually somehow served in the Spanish Navy, and when they become Dukes of, we got Vergara. So here you guys go. So there's going to be a lot of light. So this one I'm going to do right now. I'm going to tape the seahorse because it's summer. And I still get some good light here. Now, I don't know how I'm going to put this. I probably will start with the little girl. Okay, so I'm going to put my, still think of my niece, poor little kid. She's probably going to call me tonight. She's not allowed to text me, only like on either Sunday night or the night before school. If not, she has spent close to 5 hours talking to me. Or she talks to her aunt, my wife. So I'm going to put her here. And there we go. Here we go. My neighbor's going to say, what the heck is that weirdo doing? And my mom doesn't like me having the curtains up. And I am going to put maybe the phone down here. Okay, and we'll trace this. We'll do it with pencil first. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here, a little tape. You guys see what I'm doing? Okay, so I would advise you guys do it seated down. I'm going to do it standing up so you guys can see what I'm doing. And where's the other one? I just lost a seahorse. Okay, and the little seahorse. Maybe I'll just put it, I'm thinking, what do you guys think? We should put it down here? I think I will put it down here. Just keep it simple. Keith Haring drew. Put it down here like this. So you guys see what I'm doing? So I'm going to grab some more tape. 2 pieces of tape. If you have painter's tape, I use cheap painter's tape from the 99-cent store when it was still affordable. I went in, and God, those prices have jacked up because I had to get something. So try to frame it here in the center. Okay, so I can see through it. Almost. Perfect. Not a perfect Keith Haring, but I got it. So now, I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to grab my pencil, guys. My couple of my pencils, and my eraser, just in case something comes out I don't like. So I'm going to start tracing right now. So, I'm going to start with the little girl. Her book here. There's a diagonal line. Okay, whoops. I just break the pencil now. And it's like a little girl. It doesn't have to be perfect, because we're doing this kind of quick sketch. Poor little girl has her book out, her laptop. What my poor niece is going through. She doesn't She doesn't like playing video games. She likes to paint and draw like her uncle. Here's her glass full of pencils. So do it early in the morning, guys. Right now my light's kind of weak in the afternoon. And her poor little hand. 2, 3, 4. She's holding her little pencil. And I'm just gonna do her head. I'm not gonna give it too much detail because you remember Keith Haring? He does. It's all about shape with Keith Haring. My R2 kids are kind of jealous you guys are doing Keith Haring, but I go, nope, you guys are going to do, they're going to be doing Basquiat. Okay, so, you don't have to do, I just picked this because it was easier for me. So I'm going to do my, whoops. Pick what you like, you think, hey, I can do this. And it's going to come out really nice. So I'm going to put her head, doesn't have to look too detailed, just as long as it's symbolic. There's a poor little girl studying, doing her homework. Maybe she can talk to her friends online. Let me do the seahorse. My niece doesn't like it because she never started school this early. She always used to have August as her vacation time. We would go up to Lake Tahoe, spend a lot of time there. So I'm doing my little seahorse here. I'm going to leave this open here like this. Okay, we'll go with that. Let me do the cell phone. We're just tracing with pencil. Do it in pencil first so you can erase what you like and don't like. Just like you saw the video, you're going to use both their video and my video. So the finger goes here, finger goes here, and I'm seeing something else, but we all know this is a smartphone, so I'm going to do, oh, Lord. And then we're going to add symbolic lines. Here's the thing, you guys can add whatever you want after you've done your tracing. So when you're done with this, I think we're, nope. I'm going to sketch another finger here. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to get, okay, so I think we're done with this. Notice how it looks. So Keith Haring focuses on shapes. Okay, so now let me take this off before I get yelled at by my mom. And you guys do the same thing. You don't want to get yelled at by your moms. It's so hot and warm. I just let too much sunlight in. So now remove some of the tapes. Let me put this away. I need to see the minutes. Okay, good, good, good. So look for a black crayon if you have one, or a Sharpie. Sharpie will work good, or anything that's like a Sharpie, but black crayons, I like that better. So can you guys see that? Okay, good. So now I'm going to grab a ruler. I'm going to make my frame. And I'm going to frame this just like Keith Haring did. And let me use pencil first. I'm going to go about an inch here. So I'm going to use a black crayon. If you have a black crayon, great. If not, find something, a Sharpie. I don't have a Sharpie. I'm going to pretend I don't have a Sharpie at home, but you guys go Easter egg hunting, whatever is. So right now. Okay, so that's about an inch. This is about an inch. Okay. This is about an inch. And an inch over here. So we're going to do a frame first. Keith Haring always framed his artwork, even when he did street art. Street art, there's a difference between graffiti and street art. Street art are pictures, no writing. When you put writing in, that becomes graffiti. Graffiti is part of the art medium known as calligraphy. The art of drawing letters, drawing or painting them is called calligraphy. When it's calligraphy done in the streets, we call it graffiti. And there's a difference between graffiti and street art. Anytime you draw or we do a stencil like Shepherd Ferry. See what we got here, guys? So anytime you have writing, it is graffiti. If it's just pictures, it is street art. Simple. And Shepherd Ferry, Bansky, it started with the French in the 1970s, Black Lerat. So right now, this is really small, tiny. So I'm gonna make my seahorse. I'm gonna use this instead to outline my seahorse. It's so tiny. It didn't even come out right. Because remember how fast we did it. It doesn't even look like a seahorse anymore. Looks like hey, you could make a new logo for somebody. One of my students in art 2 wants to start. He wants to be like Shepherd Ferry. He wants to start his own T-shirt company and do some street art. I told him I can't. So now I'm grabbing my crayon, and I'm gonna do my frame first, but I'm gonna stop and go. I'm gonna do the corners instead. I don't know. So right now, it's whatever your brain tells you. I'm going stream of consciousness. Okay, this will work. Then, you seen that, guys? What's going on? I kind of like decide to go stop, go. I don't know. I'm just using my stream of consciousness. Keith Haring did that a lot. Stream of consciousness was the 1930s or into the 1940s, but it was a philosophy in writing as well as in art, in which you come out with a plan, but then you basically go with the flow. You're composing as you go by, and you just sit down. You do an hour's work. And my mom was walking in. I had to tell her I'm in the middle of a video instruction. So I'm putting dots here. Now, you don't have to copy Keith Haring's style. You create your own style. I'm one of those teachers that encourages. That's the problem I had with some art teachers when I was in college. Wanted you to copy a style exactly like the master you were studying. It's okay, copy, but if you already have a style, why break it? So I'm going to start tracing the fingers here. And the problem with the crayon is, unlike ink, crayon, it's hard to erase the pencil afterwards. So I'm going to have to erase these later on very carefully because I don't want my black crayon to be smeared. And I'm going to come back to the little girl here. I still think it's my niece. And I'm going to separate these 2 pages. Feels, poor thing. And that's why I feel sorry for you kids too if you can't play sports. I miss doing some activity, but sad face. So, closed. Making an eye open there. My niece won't like this now, but oh, there we go. Making it look like a book, computer. So we're doing just outlining right now. Doesn't even have to be perfect. Window. Finish this. And I'm going to put 2020 in Roman numerals. Since we're on 2020, that's 20. The year. Now I'm starting to do my shapes. This is how I feel about 2020, like you guys. But then I can start doing different images. So I am going to do something like I don't know what I'm doing right now. It's just coming to me. Give it an arm. Not close. I'm not going to fully close these. My niece, I still love her. So there's a heart. sunshine. Okay, let me close the unhappy sign here. Okay, there we go. Flying saucer. I like flying saucers. I don't know why, but I do. And I know Keith Haring has a flying saucer. Okay, there we go. What else should we put in, guys? Yeah, expression lines. Wavy, wavy, wavy. So here's my Keith Haring. I don't want to add too much. Give it an eye. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Trying to make it look like a book. I'll leave it like that. Whatever comes to you guys, there's no wrong shapes. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't look pretty. And so we start doing our lines. Zigzag. That's how we feel sometimes. Okay. Your parents will say, this is not art. Well, you know, it's like, this is actually postmodern art. Stream of consciousness. So you're using your subconscious. See what's coming out? You guys do something totally different. Don't copy me, please don't. Put a little dot here. What else? I need some expression line. So I think of my niece. I'm going to put a broken heart because I feel sad for her. So there we go. So you want to put emotional lines. Bark, 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 belly, belly. We're back. We're back. Alligator people, I guess. Oh boy. What else? I'm going to put a surfboard. I miss surfing. There we go. And another line like this. A little squiggly. And I think I'm done with my Keith Haring, but let's finish the sides. So I am going to put a squiggly line here, squiggly line here. Wavy, because I miss the ocean. And you are using subconscious, just like we. I'm putting a lot of waves because it's Memorial Day weekend. And, oh, you know what? Lightning bolts. I'm doing an upside down lightning bolt. Just came to me. So it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Lightning bolt. So here's my Keith Haring. See that, guys? Now, here's the important part. We're going to have the color. I'm going to start with my warm color. And I'm going to start coloring my niece. Okay. She's not happy. And this is, she's not going to be, so one eye is kind of closed. The other one is open. So I'm using a color pencil. Whatever you guys have run. So let's start coloring. There we go. I'm going to do her arm now. And I just noticed I didn't erase the pencil lines, but that's okay. There it is. I'm going to do her hair different color. Coming to the hand. Now I want to keep this for flesh tone. I was going to do the alien from The Simpsons, but I decided not to. So I am going to do the fingers now. Okay. There we go. And actually, it is looking a lot like a Keith Haring street art or painting. In this case, a color drawing. Because he did. He was a superstar in the early 80s. He died. If you probably Wikipedia or Google him up, he did die in the late 80s. He knew, what's it, Basquiat and Andy Warhol. But he started in the streets too. street artist. There we go. I think I'm going to do the alligator person in orange. What do you guys think? I think we should, yeah. So this hand won't be by itself. I might just do my hearts in orange too. And even my broken. So anywhere I find a heart, I'm going to put in orange. Because I'm trying to relate to my niece. And to some of you guys too, how you feel. You know, 2020 is not the best year. Know that. I lost my aunt to this disease. And a friend of mine's really sick. Really good co-worker once. We used to work together. And yeah, just not happy. So this actually art you can also be a therapist. I didn't know another thing. There was, if you want to be a psychiatrist, art therapy. There is a course for art therapy. And I knew somebody who used to do this, and it helps people get. For now, I'm forgetting a few of my problems for today, doing this with you guys. Now I'm imagining I'm with you guys right now when you're doing it, even though I'm pre-doing it early so you guys can see the video. I think it's only fair that, I know the bro did a video for you guys, but I want you guys to see from beginning to end. I'm going to leave the eye blank. I'm going to leave the eyes, because I want to leave some mystery of negative space there that we don't know what's going on. So here we go. So color it in. Your little brother, if you have a little brother and little sister, do the project with them. They might like it too. Doing Keith Haring. And a friend of mine just texted me saying, who is an art person too. He says this is more for art too, not for, you guys think it's for little kids, but no, he says, why aren't you doing this with your art too right now? And I go, I want to do this with my art once. I go, my art twos are going to be doing Basquiat. And now he's saying, okay. He goes, that's something you wouldn't do with high school kids, but Basquiat, okay. So I am circling the heart because I might just do the sun orange too. She's a kid. I feel sorry for her. And I feel my nieces and nephews back in, well, second cousins back in Spain and one in Austria. They're having a really hard time too. I'm going to stretch this out because you want to stretch it out. You don't want to draw, put your hand over it. There we go. The sunshine here. So just a circle. I don't know if I can do the whole thing. I'm going to get her arm here. So there's my... So what else can we do? You know what? The little seahorse. I'm going to do the little seahorse. Orange. I don't know why, but... There we go. I'm going to leave that blank. So I'm doing the seahorse. What do you guys think we should do orange more? There's too much orange on this side. More on this side. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. Now I am going to grab... We did the black. I don't want to touch any more black. So let's say you only have blue pen. So here's what I'm going to do with the blue. I'm going to do my surfboard. You want to do cross-hatching lines, that'll work too. And here's the cool thing when you color with cross. You can make one side darker than the other. I'm going to spread these guys out. So you're going to make a lighter blue here. There we go. Don't cover all of it. There we go. This side will be darker. So right now I'm cross-hatching. Spread these out. There we go. So I have one. I'm going to do her laptop here. It's not even looking like a good laptop. So I'm going to flip this around very carefully. I'm going to grab this pencil so I won't smear. There you guys go. So I'm spreading out the lines here more. And back here I'm going to get darker. I'm going to leave some gaps. Keith Haring would probably do that too. So, and there we go. Just like we did the cone cube. So this was all stream of consciousness. Unlike your first drawing you did, Let's see, what else can we put blue? I just might do, you know what? I might just do her glass orange right now. I don't know why, but I decided to do it. Okay, so now I'm going to start coloring in here too. Does that work? Does that work? Start off here. That could work. I'm just following the lines. So I'm using my subconscious, guys. So, okie dokie. The flying saucer. Let's see. I mentioned, so I have orange, this. I'm going to pick probably yellow. But I want this flying saucer being the, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to, and you can guys do the same thing. I'm going to make my flying saucer pink. I don't know why. I don't like this color. So I'll let you guys cheat like I am right now. Pick another color. So I'm going to do my book pink. There we go. And I'll show you why. Go with the book. Let's make the book, her textbook, pink. She doesn't like the color pink either. So now we might just, oh, you know what? Let's do this. See what happens to the colors here. It's kind of fading away, this highlighter. So here we go. There we go. What else? Ooh, I'm gonna make this one pink too. I think we're good with this. Wait, could have done this bottom part of the phone pink too. Okay, now I'm gonna grab the yellow highlighter. So I'm pretending I found. I'm gonna make this wall yellow. So now you want to have contrast of colors. But I'm going to show you a trick. Now remember, we used the highlighter, and it's the same chemical, the same type of paint or ink. And this is the highlighter. So I'm going to flip this into orange. And you're going to see the color. It's going to flip into orange because you're mixing a red, which is, it's going to change color right now. And if I do it to the purple, it's going to change, because it's a complementary to both colors. Well, one will become orange, the other one will become the complementary. So this purple is not going to look like this purple anymore. And I'm going to do the same thing to the surfboard now. And it's going to change the surfboard. There we go. Okay, nice. I have red. I wonder if I should use red. What do you guys think? Should we use red for this Keith Haring? I think we should. I don't know, man. I might just use it right here on the flying saucer. So I'm going to darken this side more. And here I'm going to use hatching lines. I want to have some contrast, but respect the blacks. So you're basically doing modern art, guys. Believe it or not, you're doing a little bit ahead of stuff that my art 2 kids should be doing. But you guys are. Do you guys see that? Okay, and I'm going to might use some of the red down here too. It's part of the flying saucer here. Get those gaps in. The rays. I'm putting it next to the rays, covering it up. And this is all, I'm kind of like serendipity. That's what it, let's do this. Cover the gaps. I might just cover the gaps here too. Connected. Okay. Okay, barking dog. Don't like, I don't know. It is a human dog, I think now. I don't know what it is. So you're basically, you're putting your in psychology what's called your id, your ego, your super ego in the test. You're making them work together, which is good. See that? And also reminds me of a New Mexico Navajo carpet or fabric. If you ever go to Mexico or Arizona, the Navajo Indians have an artistic style on their baskets as well as their carpets, which I would like to call them tapestries. Some people do. So here we go. So now that I have red as our, here we go. So we're closing the frame right now with black and red. Okay. So let me put this away. And I'm going to use now the blue again. Except I'm going to use this for cross. And let me finish the heart here. I forgot to finish the heart here. There we go. Color this in. And I might just do her hair blue. And her shirt. I'm going to leave some gaps here because I don't want it to look like it's all fully done. Make it look like spider webs. There we go. She's not happy. My niece told me years ago, I don't like school, Uncle Frank. It's a horrible thing for a teacher to hear that, but she was being honest with me. She likes some things. She likes art. She likes, believe it, she's good at math. Doesn't like to write poetry. She had a teacher who was a poet, poor thing. And she just didn't like it. So I'm right now spreading the lines of her table. So she had a hard time. Some people like poetry. Her grandfather liked poetry, and he also liked art. I like some of it. I can actually take it apart, but please don't ask me to write a poem. I'm not good at writing poetry. So, or singing. Can't sing. Terrible at playing the piano. It sounds like chopsticks. So right now I am doing the, so our Keith Haring is coming out nicely. So now I might just do the sky too here, just the same way. Okay, spraying out the lines. Make sure I don't go into that section because I don't want to fix a problem. And I'm going to leave the sky this way of her window. Don't want to touch the center of the sun. I'm going to darken this more with the blue lines. See that, guys? So let's spread these out a bit more. But down here it's going to be darker, like it's morning or something. I got to do something for this side. Okay, I think I'm done with the blue. So now I'm going to grab some of this yellow here. I'm going to cover the whole thing here in yellow. The reason I'm doing yellow here is because my niece is orange. So here's my attempt at a Keith Haring. Don't have to do exactly like Keith Haring would have done it. But, you know, there we go. Okay. There we go. I know it looks like a little kid's drawing, but that's how Keith Haring liked doing stuff. So down here is, I might just do all of this. I'm going to leave this by itself like that. And I might just probably start covering this in yellow. You know what? I'm going to go through here too in yellow. I might do the frame in pink now. I just think I'm going to do that in pink. Where's the pink at? So I can flip this. See that? So I want it to look like street art. So it's my niece's cell phone. She likes her cell phone. Okay, so now I'm gonna keep this yellow too. The broken heart, because she's not happy. So there's a lot of symbolism in Keith Haring's artwork. Mostly, there's hardly any forms, or it's mostly shapes. You know, you put very little form into it. You don't want to. He wanted to, just like Picasso, he wanted to come back to, as him and Picasso used to say, we wanted to paint or do art just like little children used to do when we were young, because they felt they immediately were pushed into form. I never did. Well, I do have some artwork when I was in preschool, but I'll talk about that later with you guys. That's how it started. So put that in there. So now, here's my Keith Haring. I can't believe, if you would have told me I would have been doing an attempt at a Keith Haring with my students a few years ago, I would have scoffed. I'm like, are you kidding? That's hilarious. No way. So, and I'm gonna have to come this way. Yeah. So, here's the mouth. Here's the nose. Come back here. There we go. There's a lot of yellow here. He did like these kind of colors. I'm kind of more partial to. I like red, but I'm not crazy about pink and yellow. So can't believe I'm doing again. Here we go. So we're pretty much. If you want to finish here, that's okay. I probably would. I'm going to grab some pink here. I'm going to put this, make the sad face pink. I'll tell you why. It's very important, especially with my niece here. There we go. I've been seeing her for over a year. She lives up in Reno, but we don't want to go there because we don't want to get grandma sick. Because I have to take mom with me. So, ooh, lightning bolt. I'm gonna make the lightning bolt in yellow. This side to keep the lightning bolt in yellow. There we go. Bring this right here. I've just realized the pink is blending in with the red. So we're gonna have something change right now. And then my squiggly lines they look like burlap now. Cover there we go. And when you're done with your project, guys, take a picture, submit it, and that's it. Okay, so, and you're like, Mr. Navas, are you kidding? This it looks really awful. Well, don't be so negative on yourselves. It's a Keith Haring. I have a problem too with abstract modern contemporary art or even modern art. But you're doing abstract art, and just like we did when you were little kids in preschool or kindergarten, just like there you go. So you're putting something personal into your stuff. Like I said, I was thinking of my niece. I put in her doing homework, her book, a couple of hearts, a broken heart because she hates doing the COVID-19. I put a seahorse because right now during the summer's coming to an end. Flying saucer, because if you watch the 1950s sci-fi movies, always when the end of something happens, boom, and there's always a flying saucer crashing somewhere. I don't know why I put it there. Stream of consciousness. We don't know what your stream of consciousness is telling you to do. You know, it's cheaper than going to the psychiatrist, I'll tell you that. So we save a lot of money that way. So I'm just covering this in pink right now. And I can just imagine a lot of parents saying, "This is not art. What are you doing to my kid?" You know, well, we're doing the opposite of what we did the first week. I am teaching you guys it's basically we're having your left and right brain in contradiction. So you notice how it's fading away. I wanted this so bad. Didn't want this to look like they were coloring. I wanted this to look slightly faded on purpose. So I remember my principles of abstract art, and you remember some of the work we saw. I think we're done. There's your Keith Haring. Sorry, the yellow. It's yellow here, orange, pink, highlighted pink. I hope you guys can see this. And here's your Keith Haring. Take a picture. What I'm going to do also right now is I'm going to grab my portfolio for my Art 1, just like you guys. Opening it up. I'm going to leave the sheet open right here. So on the third page, or page number 2, this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to tape it to the back. But first, I'm going to take a picture with my cell phone and submit it to Google Classroom for the assignment this week, which is week number 4. You're going to do your Keith Haring, take a picture of it, and where did I leave my tape at? Did I put it away? I probably did. I did put. So just take a picture, and I'm going to tape it. Yes, I will have to fold it, but the reason is I will probably tape it this way. So when it opens like this, let's see if I'm going to test right now. I don't like this right now. I think the page might be a little bit. Yeah, take a picture before you do that. Take a picture and submit it to Google Classroom, and I think we're good. And we're gonna tape it to the back. I might have to fold it 4 places, and because the blank sheet of paper here, later on I'm going to write a critique of your Keith Haring. You're basically, it's not a critique. You're writing. It's the same way a criticism works, but it's called an artist's statement. Oh, there's my tape. So let's try it again. 47 minutes. So using the same 4-step procedure, you're going to write an artist's statement. So you're going to describe it, analyze it, interpret, and judge your artwork. But it's going to be an artist's statement. Just like the critique, it's the same thing artists do, believe it or not. When you create a piece of art, you do have to write a statement. And if you are doing AP Studio, you would probably have to do something like that. If you're taking Miss, so this is how I will tape it to this. And in class, I might make another video for that. Here we go. Okay, there we go. See that? It works nicely. Okay, so now I'm going to make my artist statement, outline it. Do it in pencil first in case you mess up. Artist statement. Keith, and then write the artist, Keith Haring style. But you're going to describe, first step, you're going to describe your artwork. To analyze. So art medium, it is a color, or let's say it is a color drawing, done, comma, I put done in the style of Keith Haring, in the style. So now you want to describe what you see. I already described the medium of Keith Haring. Probably misspelled his name. I'm using, let's see what colors we're using. We're using purple, black, the cold colors, purple and black versus yellow, pink, and orange. Okay, so we have 2 versus I broke the rule. You guys don't have to break the rule if you don't want to. I did. If you want to break the rule, I'm okay with it. Okay, so later on, okay, so it is a color drawing done in the cell of Keith Haring. Symbolic images. Symbolic images. Shape. So they're mostly shape images. of a student during COVID-19. COVID. This is what I drew. I don't know what you guys do. I'm just explaining what I'm seeing. Analyze the art. So the art elements that we use. Use our black lines. Shapes of a young girl, a student with an open book, a shape of a hand, holding a cell phone, You don't have to describe everything. And emotional lines, or we call it emotional lines. 3. Describe and interpret. We really don't. I wouldn't talk about balance. There is an asymmetrical balance. It is frame. But we have a contrast. But a contrast of 3 warm colors: yellow, orange, and pink. And these are notes versus 2 cold ones. 2 cold colors, which is black and purple. Black and purple. And let's see, describe, analyze, interpret, and judging. Or evaluating. I would go with evaluating. I just wrote judging right now. So, you know what? I'm going to do this. Evaluate. Does form follow function? What do you guys think? Did my subconscious follow my quick feelings? It is a representation of my emotions. It is a brief conscious stream of consciousness. If you want to write brief subconscious stream of consciousness, reflecting how I and my niece student feel during COVID-19? During COVID-19. So I used to describe, analyze, interpret, and judge. I'm also using the worksheet, but I did my art. Okay, it looks like a little kid's, I know, drawing, but believe it or not, if you did something just like that, whatever you want with your emotions, and you showed emotional lines, shines, heart is a shape of a heart, and sun represents not only love, but also you feel empathy. There's also friction lines, stress lines, squiggly, the barking of this crocodile dog man, whatever that is. The season, and also flying saucers symbolize something not good. Okay. So, and now that I think I'm done with this, I'm going to fold it in 3 places. And thirds, I'm going to fold it. And I already took the picture. I emailed it to Mr. Navas. And it's in my journal. And there we go. And we closed our journal. And we're good. Okay, guys? So anyways, that is our project for 4th week. You never thought you'd be doing psychiatry in art. Well, you did. And you did, just like Keith Haring. Keith Haring did this for a lot of hospitals in the 80s. Children, especially children who were losing their parents to HIV or AIDS. Nobody knew what it was exactly, or relatives. But he did it for children's centers in Monaco and in France, as well as New York. He also had drawing clinics when he did stuff like this, showing kids how to draw their emotions like this. And they would see him if you ever go through the subway in New York, they would find artwork like this. And yeah, so it's a little bit therapeutic for our, our stressful emotion. Anyways, you guys take care. I know the video's taking over an hour. I will show it in class, but you guys take care, okay? Stay healthy and strong. If you need to talk to me from 1 to 3. I'm there for you for assignments. And please, please, please submit your late work. There's no excuse for not doing the work. It's an ECA in a class. You just have to do the work, guys. Okay? So anyways, you take care. Have a good 4th week, and I'll see you around. Okay, ciao.